Hey, what's going on, fellas? Drama 22 coming back. Just want to do a little promotional thing just to make sure you guys are aware of what's on my website. Some people may not know. I'm going to show you guys a clip of a video that I talk about how in 2x2 normal spacing, okay, how quarters plays with the underneath coverage against a route like you see on the film right here, mesh route, okay, where you have two guys crossing across the field. Don't worry that it says levels. This is from my Jets/Bills days. We just called it levels. This goes back to the Raven style defense. That's what those coaches from the early 2000s wanted to call it. So don't get caught up in the lingo, okay? With the matches, the coverage matches. And again, people on YouTube, I hope you guys are following the right people. There's a great group of guys. I've made a video about guys you should be following. The great thing about this is you have guys now, players, coaches, who want to give you guys the information, the real information, okay? You're looking at an NFL document that I made, right? And decided to, hey, let's show the matches that are happening against certain formations. And as you see, this document is a document of 183 plays with all different types of coverages in here, okay? In general, this is what I refer to when I get questions, when I want to try to figure out how to do things in the future. Okay, so this is an example here. If I just keep going forward, different ways, real calls that we used in the NFL, all right, to play 5-over-3, to do different things. Game won't allow us to do everything, okay? But when we talk about certain things and when I help you guys learn how it should be played, I think the makers of the game, I'm hoping that they're following guys like me and they're understanding that, hey, we understand this at the highest level. I love hearing former players talk, but guys who have coached the game also have an open mind towards doing things different, because we've been forced to do different things from different programs. To be, hey, this is a different way of doing it. New ideas. How can we teach it? We organize our thoughts in a teaching method. Okay, we're teachers. Okay, so I want to just show you a clip that I think I already produced this video 4 weeks ago. Only has 500 views, which is fine. I think it should probably have more. I don't self-advertise too much, so if you guys can spread the video overall, it's a long video talking about how quarters plays in college football to 2x2. And if you guys know me, I do this all the time. So every year, I'm going to break down every single formation type, all the match coverages, and put it out there. I made that one a long time ago so you guys can have it. I was waiting for the patch to drop. Patch didn't do anything, so I'm going to move forward and keep on teaching the coverage the way I know how. And then obviously it's a lot of work. This channel that I have is not monetized at all. So come over to the Patreon, get it first over there. Eventually I will put it out to YouTube and you will get it. Like right now, you guys probably have seen some of the stuff I did in the years past. I just want you guys to understand what kind of depth and detail I'm trying to provide you guys, so that also when you're playing Madden and when you start watching football tomorrow, you can understand, hey, the will linebacker didn't carry number 2 back across the field. That's how you're supposed to play quarters. Now, some coaches have a different way of doing it, and you can learn that from following great resources out there like Match Quarters, okay, and other people, Coach Vass, people who study the game, and I study them, and we study each other, okay? Don't get caught up on guys who are just giving you, just what they know and don't have an open mind towards trying things different. I've learned from other people who are coaches or former coaches who have taught me new techniques, and I'm going to try to put them into the game myself, okay? So enough talking. You guys know this stuff is here. Also, check this out. So my Patreon, right? You guys know about this, the base membership. As I play games, right, I put out playbooks, wide 9 defense, the guys 3-4. I review my games a day or two after I play them, sometimes the same day, and I make cutups, right? So the cutups are reviewing the game and what went wrong, what went right, what changes I'm going to make in the defense. So if you want to learn about the defense, you have to study it on a daily to weekly basis. Nobody should be selling you anything that you just do this and you're going to win. Yeah, that's great for now. But what do you need is stuff that's going to you'll be able to use years going forward. I tell all the guys who get my defenses and stuff like that and offenses, you're learning a system that's going to last you a lifetime. Okay. And you're not going to get it all in the first year. You're going to get it year after year. And it's going to feel so good because you're going to have examples of how you should do things the right way. And sometimes when you get beat, you learn the best. Okay. Sometimes when you touch that iron, you touch that stove and you get burnt, you really learn your lesson. Okay. And that's kind of the way I teach. I like to teach through examples, piece by piece, and then eventually you get there. All right. So take a look at this. I'm going to just run this video, probably be about like 2 to 3 minutes, but it's a clip that you can go get. Put the link in the description of the full video. And then as I go along, I'm about to do 3x1 quarters next and then go through. And that's all going to be in my Patreon right now. Come on over and then I'll preview it later on for you guys so you get a little bit of a heads up on YouTube. But just want to let you know that's what's going on. Hope you guys are enjoying the game. Trying to make the best out of a really bad defensive game. But you know what? We can still learn football. And I think that's what is really my passion. All right. I'll start the video and I'll talk to y'all later. Now, the way I would like to play this in real life is that let me actually go back on the PowerPoint. Okay. I actually would like to play it like this. I think we have an example of it here. Hold on. Okay, here we go. This is to me the best way to play it. All right. I drew this up way long time ago and I didn't understand it, but it makes sense, right? We haven't gotten to the 3 vertical player or the 3 receiver hook player. Okay. But I'm just going to kind of give you a little bit of information on him. He's going to key to the side of where number 3 steps to. So number 3 steps this way. Okay. Or if the back is offset this way, he already knows where he is. All right. He's keying left to right. If anybody from that side of the field goes across his face, he should wall it and take it. Okay. Simple as that. What we're doing is kind of splitting the field down the middle and making it so he's part of the left side of the field as soon as the back steps to the left. Anybody from that side goes over to the other world, they got to go with them to the dark side. All right. Over here, our will defender, our quarter flat defender, let me get rid of some of these lines. And I've said this so many times, and they haven't put it in the game. They would probably never put it in the game, but maybe they will one day. He's keying what? 2 to 3. The golden rule is if 3's away, okay, and that could be by alignment. So if he was aligned here as a halfback, that means 3 was aligned away from me. And when I say away is the quarterback is right here. He's on the left side of quarterback. Okay. Or if it's in the dot like it is here and he steps this way to the left, 3's away. If 3's away and 2 is inside, I must match 2. Okay. Because again, this is a situation where this is a different world, right? We don't know what's going on the other side of the field. They could be potentially getting this, right? They could be getting, let me get something else, but he could be a fast 3, right? He could just be working a little out route there and he's gone. That would pull these players out of here, right? He's on that. He's pushing over to 2, pushing over to 3. There's nobody there, right? There's nobody there to take this crosser. So you have to take him. Now, I believe to just stay in that world and let guys play fast instead of making switch calls and all that stuff. But you can see here, that's pretty much how we have this thing drawn up. All right. Now in the game though, they're not going to do that. They will start to match and then they will fall off late. So let's go back to the field and just take a look at this real quick. You will see sometimes that the 3 receiver hook player will actually start to work. The middle guy, the middle linebacker will start to work to one side and then he would just kind of pass off late. It looks good on paper there, kind of, sort of, until you see that number 2 was wide open going across the field, right? Nobody took him, and that nickel would never take him. So sometimes when I play the game, I actually use the nickel more than anybody else, okay? And that nickel needs to know that versus this type of route, okay, with 3 away, just stay on this guy. And you pray to God that our Mike linebacker does what I said and takes this number 3 across the field and stays with him. The problem is you usually do get this, right? You get this. He starts to move that way. And by that time, hopefully, if your pass rush is good, this is why pass rush is so important if you're going to play quarters. Most quarterbacks are going to come off of that number 3 read. They're not going to wait for him. Bad players are going to run around and wait, and then you're going to get this guy potentially wide open. If not, you could potentially get this guy open. Okay. Now, if I was to keep the back in or do something with the back, it would look a lot better, but I don't want to jigsaw this up too much, but let's put this back on a wheel. Okay. So what happens here is that our back, how do we get a wheel here? They changed the damn settings here. Okay, here we go. All right. So now our quarter flat defender on the right is going to take that wheel. Okay. And there's nobody on this shallow. Okay. I could have just put the quarter flat defender to the flat, but I wanted to get him out of there completely. All right. So that's what's going on. Now, with all of these issues that I'm showing you, don't be nervous to play this coverage. Just understand that if people are running a lot of mesh where everybody's getting out, you better number one, blitz more, or you better change your coverage. Okay. And this is the last part before I get to the linebacker about changing coverage. Take a look at these nickels. Okay. These nickel plays. Okay, so I stopped the video. Appreciate you guys listening, watching. Just giving you guys some nuggets within 1 hour video of just everything you need to know. I think a video like this, so you need to watch it like 3 or 4 times. You're probably going to miss something. It's just the way it is. Quarters is a great coverage because it covers a lot, but it also has a lot of problems, even in real life. You have to understand that. So don't be discouraged if you get beat, in certain situations. I'm going to do a video on why the corners are maybe not taking number one on a dig. I don't do all this stuff by myself. I have a lot of good guys who play Madden who are also former coaches, and they understand stuff, and they have given me some clues that why, I'll be honest with you. I think what's going on is the Nick Saban stuff has really kind of, been a part of their new development, I'm assuming, because there's some rules that come from that degree that are being used. Like we all know they're playing skate and skinny now when you call cover 3 and cover 3 match, respectively. So I think there might be some quarters stuff that's getting mixed in there as well. They're going to say they're going to patch certain things, but you know what? We still need to play games for the next month, right? We got to live our lives. So we're going to work through that ourselves. I'm going to make a separate video on that. But just check out the channel, guys. Check out the Patreon if you want information quick, fast, every single day. You know what I mean? And I'll talk to y'all later, man. Peace.